Yeah, you're having the same summer that I had last summer. It's why I've been like checking in to make sure you're alive.
If this is what hot girl summer meant, I gonna pass. Hard pass. Mike's hard lemonade pass.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah,
that's a pass.
Don't want anything to do with that.
So you got to 92 degrees inside your house yesterday.
Yeah, at an almost constant state. Added to which, the karma I've accumulated over the course of my life finally manifesting that my dog with a heart murmur was raised in a kennel, so she's terrified of enclosed spaces.
Oh,
Bro.
As is our youngest cat, who, when we were trying to, get her acclimated to the house, I kept her in the bathroom, and she refuses to be left alone, so she just screams at the top of her lungs. Any moment there's a closed door in front of her now. So I had her just yelling at the door and pawing at it, and Maisie just running in circles because she's terrified of being in an enclosed space. And I'm like, you need to stay in here for the sake of your life and safety. And and Margot, the cat that is closest to me, is just laying on the end of the bed, just like, motherfuckers.
So the other cats, though, are basically like the anti-Brandon Urie, and they're like, haven't you people ever heard of opening the goddamn door?
The discussion I had with Melissa, like, that what occurred to me in the midst of me yelling at the other two animals is like, I live in the Garfield comic. So Margot is absolutely Garfield, doesn't give any fucks, is smarter than everybody else in the room. Our dog is absolutely Odie, and then the youngest, Lena, is Nermal. Between the three of them, they're all gonna drive me insane. But so if I can give a full-throated endorsement for the good folks at First Key Management, I have never encountered a more hapless collection of fuckwits in the entirety of my life, and we just spent an hour talking about incels last week, so if that'll give you a benchmark for the degree of professionalism that we've been dealing with.
Looked like YouTube was popping off after that episode dropped.
Yeah, and by popping, firstly, Michael, I want to take a moment to thank you for giving me more of an opportunity to deal with the denizens of the internet. Because I wasn't disgusted enough with humanity in my isolated state. Now I get to read these mouth-breathing, incapable of human contact, absolute wastes of semen and God's good graces.
Hey, that's me.
Tell me that an incel is someone who simply refuses to change who they are for other people. Now, I've refused to change who I am for other people for the entirety of my life, and I've had sex.
But if anyone's going to fuck your hot cousin, it's going to be you, right?
So I've disproven your theory, friends, and I hate to revisit this with you. But again, if you're capable of forming a cogent sentence, you can actually talk down to another human being and say, I refuse to do anything to change for you. I frankly can't stand your company. And I wish that you would be dispatched by a high-speed car on a freeway at some point, and they'll still be in a band with you for 7 years.
Oh, thank God that you said that, because I was going to be like, Shane, we talked about this literally like 2 weeks ago.
Exactly.
I thought we were good.
So if that hasn't proven anything.
You looked at me in the windows to my soul, and you said the exact same thing.
It's like, why don't you just die already? And he's still pawing at my pant legs, just like, come on, Daddy, just let me top you off.
Jesus, what movie is that? Oh, just die. Oh, it's Batman Forever. Fuck. It's the ending of Batman Forever where Jim Carrey's makeup is melting off his face.
Mm-hmm.
Why won't you die?
And all of those glorious just nodules growing out of the cranium and present. I mean, that at this point is the literal depiction of an incel to me.
Dude, Enigma through Batman Forever is the picture of incel.
Yeah. So congratulations, friends.
They are sucking out my IQ. They are drinking my brain, or whatever the fucking song is.
Feeding off my brainwaves here. And yes, I do, in fact, love nothing so much as soy in a good chai tea. And that's very likely what you're smelling. So congratulations. Hope you enjoy your mother's basement, having your money constantly siphoned off of you by politicians that you feel are looking out for your best interests. And then, dying a very disappointed death, being strangled to death by your own glorious imbecilic notions about life, liberty, and the pursuit of not sex. So congratulations. I hope it's a glorious time for you.
We salute you.
Indeed. With both fingers. And
man.
With that, I'm going to say, by the eternal, behold. It is the Disinformed podcast out here denigrating all of you dumb motherfuckers on the internet. We delight in your tears and your attempts at trolling us when I could care less.
Sweet, sweet incel tears.
I think with the content that Michael is posting and Courtney, we're just asking for it. We shouldn't have presented ourselves this way if we didn't want it.
I mean, I was dressing. I was asking for it by the way I dressed, so
that's what I've heard. Oh, guys.
Was that legal? Legal.
Do you know what's making the rounds again? It's this meme format. Here we go. It's musicians. What if nobody wants to listen to it? And then it's podcasters. Yeah, so I'm at the supermarket the other day and the cashier's really taking her time. Oh, shit. I hate that, bro. Yeah, I mean, I've got ice cream right on the conveyor belt and she knows it. Oh, shit. Oh, I hate that, bro.
I love that one.
I mean,
it's
very true. It's very true. Damn ice cream.
I feel seen.
Added even
on both sides of that. I have three songs right now where I'm like, should I ever put this out or just hit the delete button? And it's in limbo permanently because of that.
Yeah, we are. It's the garbage chute, or being shot to death by stormtroopers constantly in the course of our lives. And
also, I have a canonical question for our podcast.
What I was going to say, John, is it's a boring conversation anyway, but Luke, we're going to have company.
Mm-hmm. Is it behold or behold or whatever you're feeling at the time?
Well, firstly, it's behold.
Okay.
And then other people's inability to grammatically pronounce words turned it into behold.
Okay, because I realized that once we started bringing it back that I've been saying the entire time behold. And I think it's because of Michael then that I'm doing that.
You, because birds are not real, parrot very well. And so, you're just copying.
This is 50% a bit, but I did recently read a book. Gasp. The first one since Comic-Con.
Bullshit. Are we already in it? Bullshit.
It's called Cultish by Amanda Mitch. Oh fuck, is it Mitchell? It can't be Mitchell.
That's a weird last name.
Let's hope not.
It's a successful book. You can look it up.
You can look it up,
but
do the research yourself. Coward.
But the subtitle to that is The Fanaticism of Language. Michael should read it, and hopefully he'll come back with something.
I actually do have Eats, Shoots, and Leaves on my bookshelf at home, so I can let you borrow that whenever you would like.
Not hungry. Thanks.
It's by Amanda Montell.
I was so close.
Fuck, what was her name? I can't remember. Mitchell.
It can't be Mitchell.
And the thing is that that's all separated by little little dashes.
That's a hyphen.
Them little dashes.
What are those crazy squiggly fuckers?
Semen?
Ampersands?
Bless you. In this economy?
Do, and you will clean it up.
Is that an ampersand in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
I can hardly afford LaCroix, yet alone these bougie liquid deaths.
True.
Okay, well, I think that was enough of the resident rage. I'm having a weird nostalgia stroke this evening because I am, in fact, back in the cozy confines of my workplace to record due to the sweltering heat in my home. And so I'm going to try to maintain a certain professionalism this evening so that my coworkers don't hear me just yelling profanities at the top of my lungs for the course of the evening.
Oh, this is the anti-Shane cut. This is Shane in jail.
I am perfectly capable of self-filtering. I have 5 seasons of television in order to attest to that fact. So
I would love nothing more than an episode of this show, or just like a season of the show where you are actually incarcerated like a character in The Sopranos, and like you have to like we just grab your raw phone audio to put you into the show.
I'm using a razor blade in order to cut garlic in the cell. If I put a little oil in the pan, it liquefies. It's perfect. It's a good system.
You smell different.
I do, in fact. Smell like garlic.
Anyway.
It's a good time, most certainly. And here's the thing, though. I am also not the only individual so beleaguered by my circumstances these days that I have things to gripe about. I know that everybody on this call has just myriad maladies that you could rattle off at a moment's notice.
My dick's too big. Has that ever happened to you guys?
Bullshit.
Oh, so we are starting the episode proper.
Yes.
Okay.
First live.
It's every day's a workout when you have this 20-foot python in your jeans. You know what I'm saying?
True. I have to lift my legs constantly. I know what you mean. Of course, that would be a 36-inch python, which is entirely different.
That sounds like a fucking shitty metalcore band from like 20 years ago.
36-inch python.
Yeah.
40-foot fall.
32 Leaves, baby.
32 Leaves is fantastic.
They actually are really good. If you like
I
that
miss
genre,
them immensely.
Yeah. They played a show 2021 in December. Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yep, it was at Last Exit.
Oh. Could be why I didn't care.
Exactly.
But
oof.
No, they're a good venue. They're fine. They're perfectly
good. But allow me to ask the question that is just burning in everybody's minds. How's everybody doing?
He said the thing.
He said, insinuating a loose fit, no topic episode.
I did not do that at all. I know Courtney has got reams and reams of material prepared for us this evening.
Yeah, I was going to say it is her episode today.
Courtney, are you reaming us tonight?
I'm just going to town.
Yes.
I'm just giving you incels what you want to hear.
Yes.
A female
Talk
talking
down to me.
Yeah.
I
just converted
I stopped
into
myself. I almost said an extra word, but I said I wasn't going to use that word anymore.
Oh, well, I just converted to a Hanna-Barbera character, so I am now Great Gape. Great Gape, Great Gape.
I'm concerned.
I'm in danger.
I'm spreading like Corona in Arizona.
Is that goatsy in your pocket? Or are you happy to see it? Never mind.
Nope, Chuck Tesla.
Oh no! Pops out of the hole. Nope. Chuck Testa taxidermy. Oh no.
I have the most realistic mount this side of the Rio.
I feel like I can't answer your question because of the four of us, the three of you have way more going on that's actually traumatizing, and I just need to sit back and just be present.
I did mention, I was like, isn't it so ironic that the one person who just walks around basically throwing the middle finger at reality is the one who's just skating by on light ice these days?
Must be nice.
It comes in waves.
That's what I hear.
It's true.
I
ran pulses.
I ran sound at Rebel last night, and it was my first, like, I'll say his name. Doug is my mentor at Rebel. And last night he was shadowing me or just making sure that I was okay. He was like, yeah, I'm not going to do a single thing unless you ask for it. So the entire night I am...
Consent.
Yes. I am shitting my fucking pants.
Did you ask for permission first?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good, because you just established consent, so gotta make sure you're covering all bases.
Who signs that permission slip?
We all do.
Doug.
Doug signs the permission slip.
Yes.
So we finish, the night's over. It went really, really well. And as we're wrapping up, I'm like, Doug, what do you got for me? And he goes, I'm feeling okay. He's like, you were really confident today. I was like, holy shit, you thought I was confident this entire time. I felt like I was fucking dying. Literally dying and shitting my pants. So it's weird. You guys carry your shitting your pants very well, and I appreciate that about you.
I mean, I am old,
Depends.
so...
It does depend.
Indeed.
Depends, yeah. Mm-hmm. Great diapers.
Continence.
So, Michael, how's your car and your life and your everything?
Whose car are you talking about? Because there were
Yours.
2 people's cars that had issues.
I
was
think
gonna
all
say-
3 of us
Three?
have car problems.
Oh,
We all had car problems. All of our dogs are in a state of, actively trying to shuffle loose of the mortal coil. Air conditioning is dying routinely for everybody.
My grandpa died.
I heard.
Yeah,
Condolences.
I'm sick.
Jinx.
It's great. It's a good
You
time.
you're super, Courtney. You are super sick. You are the sickest person I know, Courtney, and I genuinely mean that.
Like SIC.
However you want to take it.
Like Fred Green level sick. You ain't sick.
But hey, you look great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I look like I sound.
Positively radiant.
Trash.
A garbage rat. No, you look great.
I found out that you should not mix Earl Grey tea and muscle milk.
Oh my fucking god.
I thought that was a
Michael.
euphemism.
No.
I thought that was a joke.
No, I had switched teas, so it was my first time drinking Earl Grey, and it was way worse than I expected drinking it just straight. So I walked next door to the liquor store to get something to drink. They had no normal milk, except for in gallons, and I'm not getting a gallon of milk to drink tea with.
Why don't you just grab Kahlua?
No.
That's actually not a bad idea, Shane.
Really?
From
That
the sober in our group giving that fire fucking hint.
I've watched people
Michael-
make a White Russian. I mean,
With
That would not be good.
with
Do not
Earl
do that.
Grey? Okay, I
No,
was like, that
do
doesn't.
not.
It's like an orange flavor or something.
No, it's what?
Well, okay, then that means the Earl Grey I had is very shit.
You're gonna tell you're gonna sit here and you're gonna tell me that we're wrong. No, you're saying
Her sister was a witch.
and what does that make Michael? The Wicked Witch of the East, bro.
Rhymes with witch.
You're gonna tell me, Courtney, that you think Kahlua would be better in Earl Grey, or not as good in Earl Grey as muscle milk?
And not just any muscle milk. I have to specify it is peanut butter and chocolate muscle milk.
What is wrong with you?
So the story is, I went to this liquor store to buy something to add to my tea, and a fellow
Just
coworker.
drink the tea.
It tastes
Yeah,
like
you
ass. I
fucking
thought I could
pussy.
get a little bit of milk and then pour it in and make it tolerable.
Then
Hey,
get
how about
better
this?
tea.
Plain Earl Grey right now.
Okay, the brand
Just
of tea I
dump
had
it
was
out.
ass. No, I needed the caffeine. It was
You're
one
a
of
fucking
don't
wreck,
have
my
a
guy.
reasonable.
And the liquor store didn't have any other caffeine.
I didn't want to get. I brew the tea at work, so I don't buy $15 worth of energy drinks every time I go into work.
Hey,
So
bad Satanist. You can't complain about something you need not subject yourself to.
Exactly.
the only reason why I got the muscle milk is because a
You wanted
coworker
muscles?
came in. No, a coworker came in and recommended the drink. He did not hear me when I told him that I was getting something to mix with my Earl Grey, and he thought I was just asking for a drink recommendation.
Are you seriously the hipster that drinks Earl Grey at Hungry Howie's?
That was what. So I asked my fiance to buy me more tea for work, and that was what she bought. So I drank it because I'm not one to waste stuff, and it tasted like ass. So I got something to mix with it, and there was
And then you-
miscommunication all around.
And then you said, no, 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 no.
No, it was absolutely rank. It tasted like, the best way I described it was, those chocolate oranges, the
Fucking hate those.
the ones that you like crack open, they're like chocolate orange slices. It tasted like one that you found after being hidden in a closet for about a year or two.
Wait, you're in the closet?
No. I already came out of the closet a long time ago. Don't need to worry about that.
So did I. Matchbox 20 fan. Yeah.
Orange was stuck in the closet for a year or two.
With R. Kelly?
Yes.
Hence the muscle
Trapped.
milk?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't
Trapped
you
in the
glad he
closet.
didn't say banana?
So yeah.
Nice.
That's how I'm feeling.
All right, I regret I asked.
As you should.
Yeah. So what we typically do on this show, unfortunately
minutes
for
in.
me, is we do like to delve into random esoteric nonsense like muscle milk in Earl Grey tea and explain it to one another. But we lie occasionally. That is the shtick. Unfortunately for you, the listener, you get to watch this happen in real time. And, occasionally we miss it. We don't get it. We don't nail it on the first attempt. And It's a sad state of affairs for all involved parties, but we do not allow you to leave disinformed. No, we do tell you what we fibbed about at the end of the episode so that you can figure out all this nonsense and share it with your coworkers the next day. So, Courtney, I am on the edge of my seat, just waiting for what you're ready to sling.
And
here.
it's not because he's excited, it's because it's a different chair than where he usually is, so he's not quite positioned correctly yet.
I mean, this is my work chair. I'm very comfortable.
I feel
I'm
like he's
firmly
in that-
They're
ensconced.
well acquainted.
Yeah, that chair, he's probably in that chair more often than he is in his
It is fully contoured to the curvature of my buttocks.
Well, let's not break our arms jerking off capitalism here.
I mean, yes, but also, what?
What?
Well, I'm going to apologize right off the top. I sound like shit. I will probably cough through this whole episode, so apologies, Michael.
Here's wishing
I'll
you
miss
fucking
them
would.
anyway. Apparently, I'm a shit editor, so.
Oh, I'll cough right into the mic then.
Okay,
just
then
for
I
you.
will hear that. Yes, okay.
Yeah, he's back in the gold rush, like the tail end of the gold rush with editing. You know,
Yeah, it's not my
Like, he's-
favorite Death Cab song,
He's
admittedly.
he's sifting through, but a lot just gets past. You know.
That's what you meant by Gold Rush. I had honestly no idea where you were going with that until the sifting and okay.
I was thinking he was referring to one of those Schwann's ice cream bars from back in the day, which
Ooh.
were delightful.
Oh,
He
that
thought it
catalog
was-
used to be the most fun thing. We'd pull it out and circle all the things we wanted Mom to order.
See, now I thought this would have been, like a little too archaic for me, but yeah, I saw my first Schwann's truck in years on the road going home today, and I did a little dance in my head. It's like,
Yeah, they still
Schwann's.
exist. They still exist.
I was elated.
He thought
I
it was a
missed the opportunity of
Schwann's.
watching them just unload all of those glorious, non-spoilable materials into my home.
I love that show.
Yes,
a
yes,
good time.
non-perishables. It's important.
All right, so I have 5 lies for you guys today. It's well documented that I really enjoy Japanese culture and food, but mostly the folklore. As you guys might remember, the first episode I ever did for you was on Tanukis,
Mhm.
Mhm.
my favorite little raccoon dog trickster friends.
Little big sacked
Um,
rascals.
You don't have the balls to remind us about that episode.
Big Tanuki energy. So I thought today I would do a little bit, kind of follow that train and do some more yokai, some more monsters from Japanese folklore, because I think they're really fun and they pop up a lot in pop culture, which I think you guys will enjoy. Yes.
Does this include the pocket monsters referred to as Digimon?
No, those are digital monsters. Digimon are the
What?
champions, John.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
Pocket Monster is short for Pokemon.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know what weeb shit we were talking about.
We
Oh my
are going to talk about Pokemons, though. That is a thing that
Oh.
does come up when you talk about yokai.
Oh,
I-
wait, so Yōkai was that Deftones album that I really liked
Koyo
from
no
a few
Kai,
years
yeah.
back.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Yeah.
I liked that one. It was really cool.
It was good. Leathers is a great song, and so is
I
this.
agree. Yeah, it's one of my faves.
Anyway, so you're saying
I
about
thought
Pokemans.
she broke up that one band. I thought that was...
Yokai,
She also
oh no.
co-wrote Gold Rush with Death Cab, so
Wait,
it's
hold on.
delightful.
Very
Hold the fuck on.
prolific musical career.
Is that actually true?
Uh-huh.
You're fucking kidding
I'm
me
not.
right now.
No, Yoko Ono is a co-writer on Gold Rush, yeah.
So if I search this right now,
Yeah, absolutely.
On the
That's why that's what true means.
That's why they annoyingly say Gold Rush like 87
because
times
that's
in
the
that
only
song.
word that she can say.
Repetition is something that has worked very well for her. That's why John's dead.
Ugh.
How Death Cab for Cutie channeled Yoko Ono for Gold Rush. Fuck me running. Wow.
Uh-huh.
Anyways.
Why would he
And
lie
see?
like that?
The wrong John died. I've been saying it for years, and you just don't
Goddamn.
listen.
He's been saying that before John was born.
While he was fucking my mother. Courtney.
The wrong John died.
Guys, I'm so afraid I'm going to sound like a Michael episode today. I cannot see straight or read or, cold medicine is just like, it's on
Okay, well
another level.
we can pivot.
No, we got this.
We can pivot. Don't act like we can't.
No, I'm doing this.
I'll fucking
you can't
pivot. I
stop
swear
me.
to God.
I mean, I can mute the call.
Oh no. That'd actually be pretty funny. She just keep talking,
Just
we're
talking
ignoring
to
her, just
herself.
having everything overlap.
She's like,
to
I'm
Oh,
fucking.
so this is an incel podcast.
She's like,
now.
I'm
That
fucking
was just like a
crushing
usual
it.
episode.
Women don't exist on this podcast.
Yeah, I know. So first we'll get into a little bit of history. So the word yokai is generally translated to mean demon, but that doesn't really give the full range of the meaning in Japanese. It actually translates more to describe like a feeling of dread or awe, a strange smell or sound that came out of nowhere, or the sense that something is following you. So it's more of like something that you feel and less something that you see,
Could
which
it be
is
like
really
when-
interesting and kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
True
Shane, looks
story.
like you smelled something funny, Shane.
I was going to say, speaking of smells that came out of nowhere, welcome to the show.
You smell different.
And if you even break down the kanji for the Japanese for yokai, it translates to, strange or alluring mystery.
I love that you still speak to us as though we're fluent in fucking Japanese.
Kanji is
Oh, yeah.
the written script.
I'm going to do that
It's
the
the
whole time. I
characters.
don't care.
It's the characters.
It's our
I'm
fault
enough
that we're
of
filthy
a
casuals.
weeb
Hey.
to know that.
Senpai, calm down.
Ooh, I
Ooh,
love when you
woo.
call me senpai.
Whoa.
But Michael's right. It's just the Japanese characters is kanji. One of the earliest depictions of Japanese monsters is from a scroll that dates back to the 16th century. It contained dozens of different creatures that would later become the basis for Japan's first definitive encyclopedia of yokai characters. It wasn't until the Edo period, the 17th to 19th century, that they became prominently featured in art. So it actually would be the wood block printing press that would go on to actually make these more popularized. Before that, it was like somebody might draw something that they thought they saw, but other than that, they weren't really well circulated outside of their own towns.
Is
So
that?
the Japanese have their own version of the Lesser Key of Solomon.
Yeah.
I mean, more or less.
Is that also why like most early depictions of monsters are just, let's be real, dick and balls drawings?
I don't know what kind of books you're reading, John.
I actually was going to say that I feel like a lot of the really early drawings are quite detailed. So-
That's what,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying.
This also
Yeah.
explains why John's first solo album is going to be entitled Senpai Hentai.
Is it really true that the idea the idea of yokai only came around in the 16th century? Like,
so
it's that
documented in art. Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
that doesn't account for all of the stories or the oral retellings of different creatures in different villages.
Okay.
But that is as far as like actual imagery that we still have that dates back to the
Oh.
16th century.
Okay.
I'm also on the record about this. Yokai is my favorite part of the egg.
Noted.
It's the tastiest part. The most nutritious, too.
Obviously, it's life-sustaining.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, once the woodblock printing press came around, they were able to distribute them better. And really early on, they had about 200 mysterious entities and creatures that were kind of all printed into this one encyclopedia. And that encyclopedia would eventually be the direct inspiration for the Pokédex. So it's really interesting to see how it all kind of comes around to modern day.
Huh.
And we're
Is it-
actually going to talk about Pokemon that are similar to yokai and how those stories play off each other later on, which is really fun.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
I showed up for this.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
no,
Now we're
I'm
going to
getting
talk about
flashbacks.
horror movies.
Oh no, I'm getting flashbacks
Whores?
to Twitch plays
Horrors!
sex workers. I just got flashbacks to the Twitch plays Pokemon episode.
No,
Oh, no.
this is fun.
I mean, yes, you're right,
God.
but just
She
his
said it.
it's
apathy
me talking,
towards
not
Pokemon.
Michael. It can't be that bad.
It's true.
The jury's still out on that.
Yokai have inspired many modern horror movies. I'm sure at least one of you has seen The Ring.
Oh, I love
Surprisingly, I have.
I wore it the one time. I feel like
Oh.
it clamped down on my, Tanuki a little too much, but
Ooh,
Uh,
brutal.
He's talking
think
about a
that's how
cock
you-
ring, Michael.
Yeah, you don't put it on the tanuki part. You put it on the other part.
You push it down until it hits the tanuki part.
Yeah, that's why I gave a confused look. I think you were using it wrong.
What
I
he's
was
trying,
using a toilet bowl lid technically in order
Since-
to make sure everything fit, but I
Since-
mean it worked fine in the time.
Oh,
Shane,
okay.
Courtney, I'm sorry that metaphor is lost on Michael. What Shane is trying to say elegantly, Michael, is that his balls are too big for sex-enhancing equipment.
Got it. Okay.
Big balls, small dick. This is
I
why
thought-
I'm an angry man.
I thought he was literally talking about a tanuki. So, okay, everything makes sense now. All right. Thank you.
Courtney, floor is
This
yours.
is going really good. I want to go home.
You are home.
I'm
Where's
in
the
danger.
handle?
So the story of the ring is actually partly inspired by the story of Okiku, a servant girl that was pursued by a creepy samurai who was just like, be my lover or I'm going to kill you. And she was like, I don't really want to. So eventually he grew impatient and decided to trick her into being his lover. In the castle where he was a samurai and she was a servant, there was 10 really expensive gold rings that were owned by the master. And so the samurai, whose name was Ioma, he stole one and then blamed Okiku for it and was like, she did it, like, what are you gonna do? So he told her, like, hey, if you just become my lover, like, I will let this go, I'll tell him that you didn't steal the ring, it's no big deal.
If you want to
See,
be my lover.
incels, there's so many
notes.
ways.
Take notes.
Also, Courtney, is this actually the inspiration for the ring?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's like, everything I know about the ring has just been thrown out the window.
Just insidious romance and VHS.
Well, you'll see how it connects more towards the end of the story. I'm just giving you a brief synopsis of
John
the
has
actual
no
folklore.
patience.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
why is, I didn't hear about any TVs or
If
the
there-
7 days or.
If there is one thing, and I don't know why.
Doesn't even matter how hard you try.
Thank you.
I came up with this.
Keep that in
rhyme
mind.
to the-
Yeah, keep this in mind.
You're fired, Michael.
Yeah, he tried
I-
so
I-
hard.
and in the end, it didn't even matter.
So Okiku's freaking out because the ring's missing. So she's going through the house, she's trying to find it, and she keeps counting to 9, trying to find it, because it's the 10th one is missing. This is important later in the story. But she's counting
this
1,
in
2,
mind.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
fuck! I
9.
lost count. What?
Can never find the 10th ring. And so finally, Ayama's like fed up. He's like, you know what? I'm going to have my servants tie you up and beat you with a sword until you agree to be my lover. And she's just like, I'm not doing it. Like, I don't want you.
I saw that movie on Netflix.
Ooh, whoa.
Is this like an
So then-
extra unknown chorus to the Spice Girls?
Shh, yes.
If you want to be my lover,
Nope.
you got to beat me
No.
with a sword.
I was.
No.
Oh my God.
If you
I'm
want,
trying, okay?
So
Trying.
then eventually he dangles her over a well and he dips her in the well and pulls her back up. And he says, this is
there
your
we go.
last chance. Do you love me? Do you want to be my lover? And she's like, nope. So he drowns her.
because if you want to be his lover, first you've got to give.
Exactly.
I was
Take-
going for more of the Dewan trajectory of a chick, yes or no. I guess this is how love goes.
Fuck.
So, of course, unfortunately, she drowns in the well. And every night after that, her spirit comes back up out of the well and haunts the castle, still looking for the missing 9th ring, which keeps Ayama from sleeping, which is another characteristic that is kind of, we see that in the movie as well, just as keeping you up. You can't do anything. So finally, they get a priest involved, and they're like, can you just make this stop? It's really annoying because anybody who's hearing her counting in her ghostly form is getting sick and dying. Again, another kind of tie back to the movie. So the priest comes and he's like, I got this. So she starts her nightly count and he just yells 10 at the end of her count. And she's like, oh, somebody found the ring. And then she disappears. And that's like the end of the story.
Is that actually how it happens?
Yeah.
Can you?
Huh.
I thought
Yeah.
lazy writing was like supernatural, like finding out what the demon's name was by the end of the episode every week. But that takes that takes the cake.
Thank God for the clergy.
Really well compensated for the work that they do. Another movie that's also inspired by Japanese yokai is the movie The Grudge, which I have not seen this movie.
Well, you've seen The Ring?
No, I've seen clips of it. I've not seen the whole thing.
Can we watch both of these movies together, please? Can we do another
Is it
The
gonna
Witch?
scare the shit out of me?
Yes. Can we do another like The
Oh.
Witch Day where we get
So-
like really stoned and watch it together, and then I forget that we did it, and then I say that I only smoke weeds with my friends?
I'm even going to confess that the Grudge creeped me out.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, I had occasional moments because Michael will relate to this. There is a parking structure.
I
certain,
forgot.
areas associated with a particular college, and I would have to head out to my car. And if I was on the upper levels, like rounding some of those stairwells, I was like,
Bro.
yeah, this is gonna be fun.
This is how I die.
Yeah, because I'd always leave at night as well, so it's always dark. Very warm,
Oof.
and the cicada drone is very similar to
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Similar
that's
vibe to
true.
walking to your Drag Me to Hell. The parking lot scene is equally creepy, I'd say.
I'd say the parking lot at your place of employment is equally as creepy since people are melting out there.
Dude,
Hey!
yeah. Found a dead
Battery's
bird.
dead.
I found a dead bird when I opened the gate a couple days ago. Can't fucking believe it. I
Oh.
thought it was an omen. It was how I started my day, and I was like, well, here we go.
Well, fuck me.
John, birds aren't real.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so you
The
just took it and
batteries
you
just
plugged it
died.
back in, and then it flew away, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I squished this piece of fucking shit drone.
I thought you would have known if you just peed on it. It would have come back to life.
Oh, that's how you got rid of the sting.
You
On your
do
feet.
both of the yeah.
Anyway, sorry. So you're speaking of more yokai.
Yes. So The Grudge, which again I haven't seen, but it borrows from the age-old legend of Kyoko, a woman who led a difficult and lonely childhood, but married her husband and had a child who was her whole world. One day, in a jealous rage, her husband killed her brutally in front of their son and left her to die in their attic. And then he went and drowned their son in the bathtub. Sounds like a really stand-up guy.
Mhm.
Sounds
Her
like an
death
incel.
then left behind a grudge, or an onryo, which is a spiteful spirit in Japanese. And Kyoko is said to haunt people ever since. So that also comes up in folklore as well as in the movie, which I thought was really interesting.
I was gonna say that's the kind of folklore that fucks me up. Like where it's well, it's because we've talked about like whether or not you believe in ghosts and like what parameters you believe in the paranormal, and how I identify, and we've talked about is like residual energy. I think could be a thing. So like you can feel that kind of shit in places where bad stuff has happened. Michael, why are you laughing at me, you sick sack of
I'm
shit?
grimacing because we had a conversation about energy, and I talked about energy at length.
I
But
know.
I'm not going to do that right now because that will lead into a rant.
I love your
It was
sad
during
eyes.
one of the COVID episodes,
was?
actually.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you
So-
had so much to say about it that we needed to incorporate COVID into the conversation in order
Yeah.
to perpetuate. So,
Yeah.
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 So.
I said I acknowledged that it was on episode. I remember it was on episode, but I'm not the fucking Vince Gilligan of our podcast. I don't have an encyclopedia of fucking canonical tidbits. That's Shane. That's Shane and you. That's your responsibility.
Yeah.
Responsibility.
Michael remembers it. He just can't articulate it.
You know
Yeah.
who else remembers it? The water. The water remembers it.
Indeed.
Ah, see,
Look at
you
you
remembered
with a
something.
callback.
Yeah, there we
And
go.
that was even an older episode. So
We're back, baby.
Oh. All right. Shane, I'm going to try not to bore you to death with
Uh-oh.
some Pokemon references here, but I think this is really interesting.
Lamaze breathing.
This is solely for Michael and anybody else. Superfan Steven, this is for you.
Ooh, Shane White.
So Vulpix was inspired by Kurama, a fox spirit. As we know, Vulpix evolves into Ninetales, which again makes more sense because Kurama is the spirit of the Ninetail Fox. And we're going to talk about the Ninetail Fox later because I'm pretty sure it's ruining my life.
Weird.
Does it have that many buttholes if it has 9 tails?
Yes.
No, just one butthole.
It's actually really, really like jarring when they lift their tails, and it's just like
that Lovecraft show that could have been good but ended up not being great.
Lovecraft County?
Yes, they incorporated a 9 tails into their
9 buttholes.
their show. Yeah, it actually she did have 9 buttholes. You're
Well,
correct.
I mean, Michael has fetishized Pokemon on this show previously.
Have I?
Courtney, you were
that's-
saying.
That's yeah. Okay,
Oh.
so
News to me.
there's another character called Lombre. He looks exactly like a Kappa, and I'm going to talk to you about a Kappa because I think they're a menace and they should be talked about.
I agree. All Kappas are bastards.
So a Kappa is a monster. It's usually about child size, but it's green and it has like humanoid features, but also webbed fingers and like a weird thing on its head and a turtle shell, and it's really creepy. I don't
Yeah.
like it.
Are
Yes,
you
it's-
either describing a gremlin or the Ninja Turtles?
It's
She's
more
ju-
Ninja Turtle than Gremlin.
They
Man,
were
I thought it
adapt-
was Rudy Giuliani.
You're
I
not
mean-
wrong.
You're more right than wrong. They were the basis for Koopas in
Yes.
Mario. Yeah.
In Mario.
Oh, okay. Goddamn, didn't expect that. Okay.
Yep. Well, Nintendo, Japanese, they pull from lore. It all goes together.
Yeah.
And they pull on lore. It's important.
Not too hard though.
So, Kappa are usually seen as mischievous troublemakers or trickster figures. Their actions range from comparatively minor things, such as looking up women's skirts if they venture too near the water, to outright malevolent, such as drowning people and animals, kidnapping children, sexually assaulting people, and at
Is-
times eating human flesh.
Wow,
Okay.
that escalated
really-
real quick. Just,
it runs the
copping
gamut.
a view underneath the water to straight up just eating and
Well, that's-
drowning things.
That's also sexual assault in a way. So, I mean, they just are just sexually
yeah, I
assaulting
guess that's
from...
fair. It's like, well, if I'm in for a penny, in for a pound, I guess.
In for a panty, in for a pound, I think is what you said.
Damn it, you're right.
You'll get that someday.
Can I call Bullpucky on the eating flesh?
Oh, I
No,
love that this is
that's-
work, Shane. He
that's
can't even
true.
say it.
Take it.
This is his dry bar comedy episode.
Confound it. Dag flab it.
God's wounds.
What?
Yes. Thank you, Michael.
Gonna strip and
Callback.
clip that
Welcome.
God wounds myself.
Snails.
God's
But
nails.
guys, don't worry, because Kappa's favorite food is cucumbers, which should make them way more friendly and adorable for some reason.
Oh,
Actually makes him more
that
sexual.
Yeah, I was like, that scares me a little bit more.
Right? Isn't that gross? I was like, why are we including this in the research? I don't like it. Their most egregious crime, however, is that, other than when they're just like assaulting people, sometimes they drown them and then steal their shirikodama, which is a mythical ball said to contain the soul, which is located in their lungs. So they kill you and they steal your soul. It's really great.
I thought your soul was stored in your balls.
No, that's where the pee is stored, John.
Oh.
It
Yeah.
depends on the caliber.
Fair.
Soul
You're right, you're
Calibur? Like the fighting game?
right. Soul Calibur 4.
From Capcom? Which is a Japanese company?
It all goes back to Capcom.
Goes right to
Goes
the
all
top.
the way to the top.
The tippity tip top. Cop.
Don't stop the rock
Kappa.
to the bang bang boogie to
Okay, so you're saying about Soul Calibur 6.
Yeah, that's what I was
spoilers?
Spoiler?
Or no, that game's already out. Never mind.
Get woke.
saying. Ooh.
I feel like, Durangu's pile driver is probably the most devastating move in the entirety of that game.
Oh yeah, does the most damage. Stun
Yeah.
locks them. You can just combo it.
Absolutely.
Are we talking about a video game or what Shane has done to my mom?
Both.
Both.
It's actually based off of the moves that he did. Because
Hey.
remember from an earlier episode with the impotence trials, it was a bunch of Japanese men from Capcom, and they took notes.
If you ever watch M. Bison beat up Blanca in Street Fighter, it's basically what me and your mom having sex looks like.
Finish him.
Oh no.
Said the man behind the camera.
This one's one of my favorite ones because sometimes people come up with words for things that they didn't know exist, and then they exist, and that's really fun. Michael, you might be familiar with the Pokemon Drowsy. He looks like a tapir.
Mm-hmm.
Or if anyone's played Animal Crossing New Horizons, there's a character named Luna who's also based off a tapir. Both of those are inspired by a Baku, which is a creature made out of spare parts. That is literally what the research said.
Same.
You know, you just slap it together.
Okay. Is that true? Does it specify what kind of spare parts?
Uh-huh. So this creature was originally portrayed in Chinese folklore, gaining popularity in Japan in the 14th century. They're usually depicted with an elephant's head, tusks, a trunk, tiger claws, sometimes hooves, and sometimes they throw other animal parts in there. Like, it's just really a mismatch of different things. And their whole thing is that they eat bad dreams.
Okay,
Oh,
I can dig
that
it.
explains the aspect with Drowsy and being a dream eater and all that stuff. Okay.
And the walrus dick.
Yeah.
Called a
that's the part-
baculum.
That's a part they don't really talk about in Pokemon anymore, but first
Howard,
gen, yep.
how?
Walrus dick. Mm-hmm.
It is said that evil spirits and yokai flee from the Baku so that they're said to bring health and good luck. The image is also carved in a lot of temples and other religious spaces because it's a protector yokai, which most of them are not. Most of them are very chaotic.
Nice.
Is that like a VPN subscription that you have to get for the protector yokai? Like
Yes.
You have to, okay, all right.
Yeah, if you use my code Courtney NordVPN.
This episode's
We'll
been
send
brought to
one
you
Baku
by...
to your house for a
You
whole
get
year.
20% off a 2-year subscription plus 1 month free.
You can also watch all of the Japanese Netflix series if you use it as well, which is really important.
And it's mainly
Yeah.
because the Baku just lets you use his Netflix account. It's
With
pretty nice of them.
256 servers for you to switch between.
Oh,
Yeah.
You'll be
Yeah.
like a Baku baculum, just going hole to hole, thrusting any way you want, any which way but loose.
I'm Baculum here.
I'm Baculum.
Scott baculum.
So the word Baku actually translates to tapir. So they had this word in Japanese before they knew of the South American animal, the tapir. And this actually has happened quite a bit with Japanese language because they were shut off from the rest of the world. In the word kirin, like the beer, also means giraffe because the kirin, which is a mythical creature, also kind of maybe a little bit resembles a giraffe. So they were like, yeah, we'll just throw that word at it too.
Is that
Which
bullshit?
I think is... No, that's true. And I think it's so interesting.
I mean, they could have had at least some knowledge of, well, not tapirs, but giraffes and everything like that because of the connection with the Roman Empire and China, and that could have, like, gone to Japan. And okay, sorry, I'm being nerdy. I'll shut up.
No, you're fine. I was back here thinking that the tapir is what you do so that you can effectively get the bowl cut without nicking yourself.
Oh, yeah,
True.
yeah.
Yeah, that too.
It's the same word.
Yeah.
That's why
It's
they're
important.
actually called tapirs. Mm-hmm.
And the weirdest thing about it is the tapir does look like the Baku, so people have actually stopped drawing them as chimeras and just draw them as tapirs now. So tapir has just become the official Baku, which is really fun.
It's interesting.
The
I
official
think
mascot of
If it's
Bakus everywhere.
true.
It's true.
The
True.
official mascot of bowl cuts and big eyebrows.
And
And
dream eating.
NordVPN.
So like I mentioned kind of off the top, one of the reasons that this interests me is there's kind of two stories that have come up. One more recently and one a little less recently, where yokai have played a part in modern pop culture. The first one, for example, is the Amabi. This is a yokai that was documented in 1846. As the story goes, a government official was investigating a mysterious green light in the water. When he arrived at the spot of the light, a glowing green creature with fishy scales, long hair, and 3 fin-like legs and a beak emerged from the sea.
That's old Greg.
I'm old Greg.
That's true. He's like, do you want to see my downstairs mix-up?
Got some Baileys.
So Amabi introduced itself to the man, and he predicted two things. A rich harvest would bless Japan for the next 6 years, and a pandemic would ravage the country. However, the mysterious merperson instructed that in order to stave off disease, people would have to draw an image and share it with as many people as possible. So at this time, images of Amabi were published in the newspaper and posted all over town to spread protection.
Have you seen
Amabi
this
can
fish?
be... Huh?
Have you seen this fish?
Amabi can be seen as an Edo period meme, according to Victoria Rabar, a graduate student at Stanford University Center for East Asian Studies. Amabi tells the public... What?
You're talking gibberish.
I like your words, fancy woman.
What?
I understood.
Am I talking too fast?
It's a meme.
No, he's just giving you shit.
I'm just old.
But what was the name of this town? Was it Innsmouth?
Incel.
Because it sounds a lot like Shadow over Innsmouth.
This was in the Higo province. It's present day Kumamoto Prefecture.
I knew it wasn't Innsmouth because that's a Lovecraft story.
Bless you.
Great. Okay.
But it sounds
so
almost
much.
exactly like it. That's why I asked.
So, again, people are passing around pictures of this, thinking it's going to protect them from this oncoming plague and also give them a bountiful harvest for 6 years. So the story goes dormant for years and years and pops up again in 2019. Nope, that's the wrong date. In 2009, because I can't read, during the swine flu epidemic. 20% of Japan...
Whoa! I just saw someone die in real time.
Loading screen.
Was that your trap rapper impression?
I can't read my own shit, guys. Okay.
A Capcom game.
Coming this year.
Courtney on the beat.
No.
Oh, I thought it was
It
just
would-
called Hairball.
I'm doing really good.
Cut
I
that.
can
Cut
do
that.
this.
You're still better than me, so just take that solace.
Okay.
Here,
It's
take
not
it from
much.
Take it from
but-
one.
From
and,
one.
And Michael will pretend that he's going to edit this, and he's not.
No, it's fine. I don't
It's
care.
too funny not to. Yeah, it's all in.
So
Yeah,
Amabi would go-
including leaving things I specifically tell you should probably cut this because it might be racially incendiary, and then just leaving it in and not caring. So, yeah,
Hashtag release the chain cut. Anyway.
he did. It's official.
Oh, man. So Amabi would pop up again during the swine flu epidemic of 2009, which infected nearly 20% of Japan's population. Japan's Ministry of Health and Labor and Welfare adopted Amabi as the mascot to spread awareness of the swine flu and how to protect yourself from it, including producing masks with the likeness of Amabi on it. Hashtag Amabi Challenge then sprouted up on Twitter in Japan, which consisted of sharing art of Amabi to hopefully protect your friends and family from catching swine flu.
Is that all bullshit? The whole course of that? Was it swine flu?
It was
Yeah, I was gonna say,
COVID-19.
That's
It's
what
like,
I
yeah, don't try to throw this swine flu nonsense at.
Yeah, it's like
I
no
lived
one
through this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shane's-
no, my
I
next
was
sentence was
molded
similar
by
tweets
it.
were shared during COVID-19, but no,
Yeah.
this all happened actually in 2020.
Okay.
People started sharing pictures. They were hoping like, hey, like it's a fun superstitious thing. Let's see if we can kind of cheer people up by spreading pictures of this weird fish man.
Nice.
Well,
So,
here's,
One
yeah.
of my favorite X-Files episodes of all time.
well, here's a picture I have of Bailey's. It's the closest you can get to Bailey's without getting your eyes wet.
Exactly. So as I mentioned, I think I'm being plagued by a fox spirit, and I'm going to explain that to you to wrap us up today. So stories of Tamamo no Me being a legendary fox spirit appeared during the Murochimachi period, or the Edo period. And they are folklore that is similar to other countries, which is really interesting, of a fox that corrupts rulers and causes chaos in the territories.
On account of the buttholes.
Exactly. Well,
Mhm.
I mean, that's a big litter box that you would need.
Well, and then there's
For
a
this
lady that's
fox.
constantly running around counting the 9 rings, and it's just terrifying.
It's very chaotic, actually. Yes.
I just keep
She's
yelling
looking-
10, and it never stops.
She kept looking for the 10th butthole, but
Doesn't
Plot twist,
exist.
there wasn't one.
Never shows.
I loved what's her name in that movie? Was it Mila Jovovich?
Jonovich.
Jovovich?
The
Sorry.
Jonovich brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them. They make great pop music.
Yeah.
It's the first concert Courtney ever went to.
Are you talking about Resident Evil? Or
She's a Jonovich.
The ninth element.
You mean the sixth?
It's the
They
12th
had
element.
sequels? Oh,
Itza.
Multipass.
No. Mr. Rod. You can call me Ruby. Oh, yeah. Look what happens when I make references you beautiful people can't get.
Nope.
Cackle now. I dare you.
You're as lonely as that coffee pot behind you.
Exactly. That also has a Shane Hunt Award sticker on it.
Does it
so
really?
It's
Makes a lot of
appropriate.
sense.
It sure do.
So the Nighttail Fox first appeared in China and possessed Daji, a concubine of the Shang dynasty's last ruler, King Zhao. She enchanted the king and brought on a reign of terror that led to the rebellion that ended the Shang dynasty. The fox spirit fled to ancient India and became Lady Kao, the concubine of the crown prince of Banzoku. So basically this fox spirit's like, I'm gonna screw over any royalty there is. So she just went around as the royal concubine to multiple countries.
But what did the fox say?
I never found out.
yeah,
Still
I don't
waiting.
think
Find
that
out.
song ever answered that question.
It just created more
Actually-
questions.
So the yipping sound that they make in that song is very similar to sounds that Fox makes. They
kill
make
it
the
before it
creepiest
spreads.
sounds. I will send y'all a video. I use those sounds to scare Jonah all the time. He thinks they're terrifying.
Yeah, I won't watch it, but
So
God damn it.
basically the Fox Spirit goes to India and she convinces their ruler to cut off the heads of 1,000 men. And then she's defeated again and flees the country. So then, hundreds of years later, she pops up again, returned to China, and possesses yet another ruler as a concubine. And it's finally, after military forces get involved, she's chased away.
so
That's
we're going
what
to call her a foxcubus.
Yes, no, really. At this point, she makes her way to Japan as Tamamo no Mei and is a courtesan of the Emperor Toba. She's said to have been the most beautiful, intelligent woman, being able to answer any question asked. She caused the emperor to become extremely ill and was eventually exposed as the fox spirit by an astrologer.
Simp.
God damn, Nick.
Can smell the soy from here.
A few years later, once the emperor had realized that his poor health was due to this fox spirit, he sends 2 people out to go kill her in the plains of Nasu. In 1653, they essentially embed the fox spirit into a stone called the Sichoseki. The stone continually released a poisonous gas, so it had to be basically stored away on this like desolate mountain range where nobody would be able to get to it.
Brokeback Mountain?
Maybe.
That's a plot twist that nobody saw coming.
Huh.
Explains the buttholes, though.
Maybe the mountains were the backs we broke along the way.
No.
So eventually the stone's just left there to poison people, and a Buddhist monk is like, yeah, we should probably like do something about that. It's killing people still. So he goes and he breaks it up into a bunch of pieces, and he exorcises the fox spirit and spreads the pieces all over Japan.
And that's how we got Earl Grey tea.
It all comes back.
All come full circle. And Capcom makes Earl Grey tea. So there you go.
And this episode's been brought to you by BetterHelp.
And NordVPN.
Hiya.
I know.
So weak.
So the Buddhist monk holds a memorial service. He says, I exorcised the spirit. We can all rest in peace. It's all fine. Well, he didn't. And in March 5th of 2022, the stone was struck by lightning and the spirit of the fox was released again in Japan.
That's how Olivia Newton-John died.
Oh, man.
We can't get physical anymore. The exercise didn't work.
Isn't
Wasn't
that
enough.
the tagline to The Ring? Is when you die, you see
Olivia
Newton-John?
When you die, you get greasy.
Oh, no. Summer days.
You're the one that I want.
Just wanted a pink lady.
So of course, Japanese social media went crazy over this because they were like, holy crap, no wonder the world is ending. The spirit of the fox is free. I'm pretty sure that's where all my bad fortune is coming from, because they still haven't found her.
Oh.
So visitors to the area of the popular sightseeing spot where the stone that was supposed to have been holding her was kept recoiled in horror that weekend when it had split, because all you could see, and I can send you pictures, is the rock is like split into 3 pieces, and there was a decorative rope around it that was totally charred off and laying on the ground next to it. Super
Whoa.
ominous.
See,
That's fucking metal.
this is why you can't trust the mainstream media, because I didn't hear stuff
Yeah.
about this on Fox News at all, and you'd think it's the one place where
the
this
one
would have been
place.
immediately brought to my attention.
Well,
Well,
brother,
if it
brother
happened
Shane,
in America, it would have been Biden's fault.
my brother in Christ, you are correct.
Mm-hmm.
Best prey on this.
One Twitter user says, I feel like I've seen something that shouldn't have been seen. Because this is a big deal for them. As far
Yeah.
as this part of town, it was a kind of a cultural landmark, and it was a tourist attraction. So now that she's loose, like, they're not going to have as much income to this area.
Oh, no.
They do blur genitals in the pornography in that country, so if you're going to get your rocks off, no one wants to see it.
Yeah, yeah.
Local and national government officials were planned to meet to discuss the stone state. Nasu tourism officials are quoted as saying that they would like to see the Sichoseki, the rock, restored to its original form, presumably with the demonic inhabitant resealed inside. So the government in Japan is still looking for the fox spirit. If anybody would like to help, I'm sure they'd really appreciate it.
Who are they going to call?
Have you seen this fox?
Would you like to build a fox, man?
Would you like to
Anyway.
build a fox rock? Yeah.
I'm still waiting
don't
for
know.
somebody to call Ghostbusters.
Nah. I tried. They went to voicemail.
But that's what I got for you guys today, guys. That's
Okay.
my little silly
Oh,
story
so we
about
got-
survived!
Japanese monsters.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Did we in fact catch them all?
No, we caught one.
Got 1 of 5.
Oh, I just meant the monsters.
We've never caught the monsters. I think that's the whole point.
Damn it.
It wasn't about
True.
catching the monsters. It was about the monsters you met along the way.
Thank you. Finally, someone gets it.
That's why I
I've
have
seen
that
enough of that in the
animal
mirror.
tattoo. Yes.
Yeah, it haunts me every time I come.
It's not on my lower back. It's on my
Oh,
shoulders.
Oh well, I stand by it.
you win some, you lose some. I have
Sometimes-
no stabs.
Stabs?
No.
Just my eyes.
Ha!
Oh, was that bad, huh? All right. So,
So,
no, you're
no.
fine. You're great. Come
The
on.
the one about the crushamusha clackamana with
I don't think you can say that.
I think
with the
that's racist
mushimashamashta
somehow.
Whoa, man.
and
I thought you said you were-
Haichikochi Kubi.
I
I'm
thought you were
fairly certain
I'm not a.
sounds disingenuous to me.
I thought you said you were going to tone down the cursing today, and you're just throwing down big words like it's no business.
Well,
Going out of business.
You can't spam Masubi your way into my heart.
Whew.
facts.
Not with that attitude.
Oh, wanna dance with somebody. Anyway, what do we
okay, so
Yeah, I'm not even here right now. I don't know what you're talking about. What?
He's like the Ghostbusters. Please leave a message.
Raise a cult.
Beep.
my first lie, Michael, I kind of like railroaded you into not guessing this by just kept talking over you so you wouldn't guess. But the encyclopedia did not inspire the Pokédex. I couldn't find that anywhere. You sounded like you were going to ask about it, and I just kept talking and hoped that you would just forget about it.
Dang. That's a new form of meta in this podcast.
Is that gaslighting?
Yeah.
It's stonewalling, if anything.
No, what we're saying is nobody buffaloed Bill the way she buffaloed Bill.
I'm girl bossing and gatekeeping now, bitches.
Oh, shit.
That's your like new mantra in life.
You said Buffalo Bill, Shane. That's why I said the thing that I just said.
Anyway,
It was Silence of the Lambs, right?
not hungry.
Right?
Thanks. So the encyclopedia did not. Yeah.
It didn't directly inspire the Pokédex. It might have in some form or fashion, but based on my research, there was no connection.
Yeah, there's no concrete evidence about it.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. In the story of Okiku, I told you that it was a missing ring. I thought that just kind of played into the title of the ring really well. It was
So
actually a missing
close.
fancy dish.
I would have guessed it. I would have
This,
guessed
like,
it.
Lord guy was like super into his fancy dishes.
I mean, I have a coffee mug that I like can't part with, so like I get it, I guess.
Well, it was like a set of 10, so like if you like lose one, then like the set's no good, obviously.
Yeah, you got to throw the whole thing out, and it's really nice, fine cutlery. Like you can't just throw it out.
Fucking thing is
You gotta
busted.
find it.
Yeah.
Cutlery?
Yeah, you're right. I almost said fine china, and then I decided to say cutlery instead because we were talking about Japan, and
Don't
that
let
was
anyone
literally the
confused.
thoughts. Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, that is what passed through my mind. So everyone just saw a glimpse into the madness that is my own thought process.
Butterfly
So there you
in the sky.
Yeah.
go.
Don't ruin reading
Yeah.
Rainbow for me.
It's too late.
Yeah. So plates. The next line.
Incel shit.
Yeah, whatever.
So her nipples were so big.
They were like plates. She
Oh,
missed the 10.
So it was 9 buttholes. It was 9
Okay.
nipples. Okay.
I love you. I
Oh.
But
love
not
you guys
13
very.
like possums have. That's different.
I love you
Yes.
guys very much, but I did not finish listening to the episode yet because I've been running around. Did you guys not talk about incels and their like disgusting terminologies and how red pills describe balancing multiple women?
Oh, John.
You sweet summer child.
Go finish the episode.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go check it
We
out. Sorry.
have the meats.
All right. I was just making sure that the plating thing was it's disgusting. It's a disgusting thing, but you have to talk about it to talk about them. So
The
okay.
Palladium? I saw a lot of great shows there.
That's the what's the whale's penis thing, Shane?
Well,
Dork?
Walrus
first
penis
it was
thing?
a walrus, and that's a baculum.
There
Oh.
we go. Damn near killed him.
Indeed.
Good.
You do, and you'll
Good.
clean it up.
Please.
So,
plates.
Baculum in black.
yeah, the next lie is I told you that the Kappa steals a mythical organ that contains the soul out of the lungs. Actually, that organ is found in the anus.
Hot.
I don't
Which
know why.
So many to choose from.
Yeah, which of the 9 anuses is the soul kept in?
Dude, isn't that the new Marvel movie, like Phase 5?
Shang-Chi and the 9
anuses.
anuses.
Oh,
Baculum.
no.
That's
No,
a
it's-
weird sequel, but okay.
It's Baculum and the 9 anuses.
Okay. I thought this was Lord of the Rings, because there was
Lord of
4,
the buttholes?
5 representing the race of men.
Yeah.
9
one-
representing the race of buttholes?
Yes, but
Thank
one.
you for making that joke because it was in my head earlier, but I was like, nah, I can't keep derailing this. I
one
can't.
ring to rule them all.
One baculum to rule them all, and in the darkness bind them.
Courtney, I'm so sorry that you know
No, it's
us.
fine. It's good. It's
I'm
what I
sorry.
deserve.
No, you don't deserve any of this. You deserve better. I'm sorry.
I
So
literally
your
said that
soul's in your
sentence-
anus.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to say. Okay.
I thought my
Okay.
soul was in my shoe.
No.
Oh, Grandpa.
Oh, Grandpa.
You guys got the next lie. It was not during the swine flu that the Amabi became a mascot. It was during COVID-19. And then I told you that the stone that contained the fox spirit was struck by lightning. It was not. It actually cracked on its own. And then
Oh,
rainwater continued to get into the crack, which caused it to split all the way through.
We got to nail it shut.
even more terrifying.
Yeah. So when I told you also that the rope that was wrapped around it was charred off, that was not true. It fell off when the stone cracked in half from rainwater. So not nearly as dramatic as I would hope it would be, but...
So
Fair.
the incels are right. A wet crack will destroy the world.
That is absolutely true. You gotta keep your crack dry. You gotta
Like
keep
a
it
desert.
fresh.
Like a desert.
Wesh.
I'm going to be a computer hacker. I should probably buy
Should probably get a laptop.
Oh, thank you so much for remembering.
Somebody call the Geek Squad. Courtney, thank you.
Thank you, and I'm sorry.
I just knew you guys were gonna pull some horse piss like this today. I just knew it.
Yes. You lost the moment you entered these woods.
I'm not apologizing for anything. Not one.
I apologize for just me existing, but other than that,
Yeah, because you knew who I was when you showed up here.
Also,
and I was told that as long as I don't change who I am to
Yeah.
please other people,
Uh-huh.
that every asshole notion that pops into my brain is justified and I can conduct myself any way I see fit with no repercussions at all and one day be the president of the United States.
Facts.
what's SG mom mean?
It's a famous Gibson style guitar.
Sorry, I was picking up that you were saying that we had like comments on that
Oh no.
on the YouTubes
well,
here.
we're not.
Not
We've
feeding
already-
the geese.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. Well, we can
No,
talk about that
I
up
know
there.
there are plenty of mouth-breathing morons out there that just feel compelled to share their opinions on the internet.
I
Like
mean, to be
us.
fair, I was going to say we asked them to.
Kevin Smith looks at camera.
Yeah.
Winks at
Yeah.
camera.
I mean, yeah. Anyway, it's nice to be back. I'm glad that it was for this Japanese horror fest. I
didn't
said
say
the
it.
right word.
I didn't say it.
I said the right word.
I don't care how many
Sex.
buttholes we
But
talked
also,
about.
also, either's fine. I'll take either.
Either. There's 9 to choose from.
Oh, that's right. That's where the soul's stored.
True.
It's like whack-a-mole. You got to find which one the soul stored.
It's the only way you can be holy.
That's why they can't keep the fox spirit down. They can never find the soul.
That's why the internet's still
Pops
alive.
out of one, jumps back in. Got to nail it with a hammer first. Whack-a-mole.
Let's see if there's fan art for this.
Please. I hope not.
It's just
Dark
it's-
Souls 3?
It's just
Confirmed?
it's just foxes with my face crawling out of butts. I don't need to see it.
You said it, not anyone else.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Ghoulish
Yeah.
overkill. So, in any event, we thank you all for joining us for the final installment of the Disinformed podcast.
Thank God.
It's been a great run, and now we have the runs, so we're going to stop this up with some butt putty, get some plumber's caulk in there, and clean out this crack so that the rock holds together.
I have a case
Amen.
of the vapors.
Indeed. So, as per usual, we appreciate you being here. Of course, if you would like to share your thoughts with us, we'd welcome them. It's always a delightful time. I don't have enough reading on the toilet. And so please, feedback. Give it as much as you would like to. In the famous words of Katie Morgan, give it. Give.
You gotta
And
give.
naturally, if you haven't already subscribed, what's wrong with you? Can't you tell you need more of this in your life? How
Made
have
it
you
this far.
endured? And so, yeah, please check that out. Of course, there's a link in the show notes below that's got all of our relevant socials, so you can accost us there and we can just actively not respond to you. It's very important. And for those of you who actually have something constructive, entertaining, or thoughtful to say, we'll engage. It's a wonderful thing.
Typically do, yeah.
But otherwise, of course, you can scope us everywhere. We've got After Dark material just winging your way every wonderful Wednesday over on the Tubes of You. And, of course, new episodes every lovely Monday here on the Disinformed podcast. So continue to check us out. And I want to remind those of you who have actually had carnal knowledge of another human being at some point in your life, I hope something great happens to you today.
It was only a matter of time before there's caveats on there.
Indeed.
Just for today.
Just for today. I hope something great happens to you.
Yeah.
And so, for the Disinformed podcast this week, I'm Shane.
I'm a changed John.
I'm an unchanged Michael.
I'm Courtney.
And zippity zoop, we're out of here.